Well, this morning, I am very, very geeked about this topic of what you really want this year. This week has been focused all on getting a better understanding of where you are, how you will choose to be different this year, what it is that's actually functioning behind the scenes, the reality of change. And this is a question that we could have, or this topic, this idea, we could have easily used to start this whole conversation. But I feel like it's a really great way to finish off this first week. As you're listening to this, it's the first week of a new year. And I hope that it's one that really gets you thinking. So, what you really want this year, a lot of times we will create either a set of goals or we will say, I really want to do this with getting my life in order, paying off debt, or going after that new career, or choosing to start a business, whatever the case is. And we will create the goals, we'll create the SMART goals, we'll create all the different steps and all the things, and that's wonderful. What I invite you to do, however, is to really think about what it is that you want. To consider that in many cases, when we're creating a goal or when we're creating an idea of what it is that we're going for, that it's actually speaking to something else. Okay. So there's two questions that I posted in the caption. If you're not able to read it, no worries. And it's the question of, what is it that you're trying to prove? Now, you may not be trying to prove anything. And if you're brave enough to actually enter into the question, just kind of suspend the potential disbelief. What is it that you're trying to prove? Meaning that when you're going after that goal, when you're choosing to pursue that idea, when you're choosing to declutter your home, or to be a better parent, or to move towards promotion in your business or at work, are you doing it from a place of, I need to prove myself? Really look at the heart posture that you have with that. Okay. The reason why I say that is because it then leads to the next question of who or what is fueling you? Who or what is pushing you forward and propelling you in doing that thing? I can say for when I was starting in moving in my own independent business, that part of what I felt driven by was the need to keep up with what I envisioned the other moms who were working functioned as, where no matter what was going on, they were about the business and they did the things and they were making it happen. And I remember having a really powerful conversation with one of my managers. And I was telling her about, I'm not sure how I'm going to make it happen. But I feel like, I'm looking around and there are people who are just doing the things and they're making moves with growing themselves and growing their business. And I need to do the same thing. And she said, darling, it's okay if you choose to pause and to rest for where you are right now. It's okay. I literally had just had my son maybe about 4 or 5 weeks prior to. And I felt like that I needed to prove that I'm every woman. I needed to prove that I can work and make the things happen, that I can fill out I can wear all the hats and be amazing, including this working hat, which for me was a huge thing. It's very much a part of my story where there's a very much deeply tied identity to what kind of work I was doing and how I was providing. It's a whole thing. And what she said to me was that she had me to consider those two questions that I now put to you, which is, what are you trying to prove? Are you trying to prove that somehow you're this amazing, you're the big woman, you can get things done? It's great, but realize that is being fueled by needing someone else to approve of you versus knowing that you're already enough. Remember, we talked about that a few days ago, that you are already enough right here, right now. So she was reminding me of that there's no need for me to feel like I need to prove anything. There's nothing to prove. Number one. Number two was realizing who or what was fueling me. I felt like I was going to be letting her down if I wasn't pushing forward. I felt like I would not be the woman for the job, or that I wasn't enough because I wasn't just, continue to move like I was a robot. And she's going, no, you're not doing this for me. You need to take a moment and realize that if that's what's fueling you, that can go into very dangerous places. So something that I feel like needs to be said, and I probably haven't, I'm not sure if we shared about it, if we've talked about it, but this is something that's very, very, very true for me. I probably have said this. Is that I am not about the hustle. Okay. There was several years where I was all in on hustle. I push. No matter what's going on, I'm going to make it happen. I'm about the business. Right. And I was doing that in every aspect of my life. So when I was in school, I was about the business. I was hustling. When I was doing work, I was about the business. You need me, I'm there, I'm pushing. Okay. I've now realized that now, more than it being that I'm anti-hustle, and when I say hustle, I mean hustling from the sense of long hours, pushing towards things, forcing things to happen. That kind of hustling, I'm not for that. But what I am more importantly for is I'm pro priorities. Being pro priorities was what she was inviting me to. And that is what I encourage you to consider as well. That what you really want this year, it's not about a number. It's not even necessarily about a position or the way that your house looks or doesn't look. What you really want this year, what I feel that you really need to know, is that having your priorities in check and keeping them in check is what's going to allow you to do everything else. When you're fueled in that way, it keeps you from putting things in places that they don't need to be and giving your power away to a person or a company or a family member or even things, stuff. Okay. So what I am going to posture myself to say to you, you may go, wow, that's really bold, is what you desire, what you really want this year is to be at peace. What you really want this year is to know that you're moving in a place of value and worth, that you are worthy, that you are wonderful. And know that that starts from going, I'm going to look at what it is that's most important to me. What are the things that I value? How is it that those priorities then move in place? And as a result, the actions I then take will help to reflect that. So it doesn't mean that we just go all laissez-faire and do nothing. It doesn't mean that we don't wake up early to get the workout in if that's what we need to do. It doesn't mean that we choose to shift the way that we're eating. It doesn't mean that we don't go after starting and pursuing our business. It doesn't mean that we let our house go to shreds and look like it's just blah, right? But we realize that that's not what we're doing it for. We're not doing it just in and of itself for that action. We're doing it because of the priorities that we're choosing to set within ourselves. Because when we do that, we're never disappointed. When we do that, we find fulfillment. When we do that, peace reigns. And it's great stuff. Okay. So hope that is of help to you with thinking about what it is that you really want for this year. I'm going to do, that's right, I'm going to do an additional little video collection here. So if you want to catch it, it's going to be on YouTube, and it's going to be just unpacking the different, I call it we're dealing with a really interesting combination of various ages right now, meaning not age in terms of number, but the age of thought. There's different thought processes and different ways of seeing and perspectives that are coming together right now in a very specific way that we are going to get to choose from, that I think will be great benefit for you and great benefit to you. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. You can hop over there and check it out. It's going to release super soon. And know this, what you really want this year, really consider those two questions to get really clear on it. Because once you do, every step you take from that point forward, truly awesome. All right. Oh my goodness, overtime. Have a great one. I will see you in a few. Take care.